Back in the booth, yeah, we cooking the flame. Boys with the heat, remember that name. Season 3 savage, no hole in his back. We dropping these takes like a bomb in Iraq. The sports on the table, we keeping it raw. Talking that talk, no breaking the law. Package the brains, we cover it all. Fantasy ball, man, we making a call. Charles beyond chaos, that guy. Bring that smoke, no need to deny. 3 years on the mic and we still go live. Podcast kings, we destined to thrive.
Coming at you like a cobra in the dark, hands down. Harder than your ex-girlfriend catching you with your pants down. Louder than the thunder when it's ripping through the sky. Season 3 is here, better open up your eyes.
We got athletes all up in the mix. All our boys, we stacking the bricks. Athletes and legends, they pulling up quick. Rehab the game, are we stacking up picks? Brandon squad, fantasy wild. Who got the ring? Who running them out? Chaos for takes, that guy on the dial. Wasn't that he stay lit all the while?
Who's that being that missing phrase on their pages? Track up his heels, fish wrench of a break. Does he not make my load? I came to fate. Hold off his ink in a while I hate. Check the last games, there's a suspicion. Call time and check it up a train. Talk, tired of his inhalation. Talk, tired of push them emissions.
Just PR chaos, that guy. Bring that smoke, no need to deny. 3 years on the mic and we still go live. Podcast kings, we destined to thrive.
Coming at you like a cobra in the dark, 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 in the dark. Coming at you like a cobra in the dark, hands down. Harder than your ex-girlfriend catching you with your pants down. Louder than the thunder when it's ripping through the sky. Season 3 is here, better open up your eyes.
You like that one?
That was good.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell the mumbling was halfway through, but yeah, that was good.
Somebody's gonna catch on. Before you start, Charles, I just got one thing to say.
Yeah.
I can't believe that we've been doing this for as long as we've been doing this, and it just seems like we just started this show as a collective, like yesterday.
Yeah. It seems
and
like
it's so badass to say that we're here.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
like how time just flew.
We're just sitting here in our own environment enjoying life. Like our environment is growing, right?
Yes.
Like it's about to be. We've got a couple really big things coming up here with it. So if you're new to the show, welcome. We can love you. And if you're still here in a couple of weeks, that's awesome.
You're still sticking around. Yeah.
Because this isn't a shitty show by any means. And I had said that last week, but that's not what I had meant in the definition terms. By the way, my mind took over. The whole show, that's the only thing I remember. I was like, you called the show a shitty show. No, I didn't mean it was like a shitty show. It's just...
Yeah, but it's our shitty show.
It's our shitty show.
How to call it a shitty show. It's our show.
But anyways, yeah, no, it's fantastic, man. Yeah. So after we buy the houses, because we've got a handful of us buying houses here soon. I believe Patrick will be on that train soon as well. So that might pause things a little bit, but regardless,
it's still going to be going.
The bowl game extravaganzas coming up.
Oh yeah, we got to figure that out too.
And then we've got to start going to some of these podcast conventions just to see what they're fucking about. I honestly think that the next one that's in the Denver area, we go there. We could stop at a friend of the show.
Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris.
Shout out Chris.
Yeah. I would definitely be down for a Denver trip.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Especially with the food, man. Just wait.
Yeah.
And international airports type shit. So it's super cheap for all of us. We're rocking in $600-700 round trip boat type. So lots coming up in the future. We've got the draft. Patrick and I will be at the draft coming up. I'm planning on being there all 4 days. Registration's coming in soon.
I know you guys are stoked about that.
Oh, dude, you got no idea how
so stoked.
Wait till you guys see my suit.
Oh my god!
Did I tell you what we were doing? If you guys don't have to tag along, but if you wanted to, it wouldn't have a reason. But my wife and her family are from New Orleans. New Orleans is playing in Chicago this year, and we're making a trip out of it. And we have a bet. Loser, between me and my brother-in-law, loser has to wear the other team's jersey
Yeah.
and we got to record it, and they
I
got.
would definitely risk getting shot to come see you in Chicago. Are you kidding me?
So yeah, I just wanted to put that in the air.
I
We
think
will
there's
be in
even a
Chicago.
train I could take that would bring me to Chicago.
Yeah.
I believe there's a whole ass train.
Oh,
So
Charles,
just want to put that out there.
I am
We will be in
sending you
Chicago.
the links in Chicago. Chicago's not terrible. It could be.
I'll go to a Bears New Orleans game in my Packer jersey. Yeah, I will.
And I would hug you just as hard. And if somebody said, "Why are you touching him?" This is my brother. You touch him, I kill you.
I'm just happy to be alive.
Listen.
Yeah.
So just putting the invitation out there.
Yeah.
If depending on what y'all got going on that day, if you want to swing by, make a little trip out of it, we can go.
We'll keep that book open.
Yeah. I don't know what the day is. You could because they haven't dropped the schedules yet.
Whatever.
But
It's dropping bombs on us.
Dude, Chicago's got a fucking bomb ass museum.
Oh,
They've
yeah,
got
they
a
do.
sweet ass aquarium. They got a fucking awesome planetarium.
we'll find something to do.
They got Giordano's, one of my all-time favorite fucking pizza spots in the world, bro. It sat #1 on my pizza list for almost a decade.
I
Intense.
was in Chicago and I never got the chance to go there, but all I did is I hear from a coworker,
Oh,
you
my
gotta go there,
God.
man.
On the way, I could show you bullet holes from the. I can't. Chicago will show you bullet holes from the mobster era and shit like that. So it's
last
pretty,
time we
it's
were in
pretty
Chicago, Maya tried deep dish pizza for the first time from Chicago.
Yeah.
She was like, "This is nice."
Cool. Oh,
I
wait till you
know.
try Giordano's. If the last time we were there, it took 53 minutes to get 6 slices of pie.
So worth it.
There was 3 of us. We all took a piece home.
Oh, it's a big. Listen, she didn't realize how big of a pie that it is.
Yeah, fuck pie. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just when you feel that when you get that pull and you get it on your plate, she's like, "How am I supposed to eat this?" However you want, just eat it.
See, but we'll go to the game. We'll go to the game like on Sunday, but Saturday we'll do the museum hopping, or depending on whatever day it ends up being.
We'll figure it out.
Because you could go park at Soldier Field for super cheap.
Yeah.
All day long.
Oh.
That's what we did when we went down there. We paid like $25. Everyone else was paying that city parking price. You guys are fucking crazy. You got 1 block closer to me.
No,
Guess
but
what?
everybody's not
Still
intelligent
park
like
shitty.
us.
So
By the time you parked and got the fuck out, I was right next to you.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Like, what the fuck? You're crazy.
I'm
And I got
excited
that
now. I'm super
terrible
excited.
security. Hopefully it works out. We'll see that. Talking about excitement. So, of course, something on the show that we like to do every once in a while is remind ourselves how amazing we are. And one of the ways we do that is we ask the internet if it knows who we are.
Does it?
You'd be surprised how terrible it feels when you're like, "Hey, internet, am I real?" And they're like,
No.
like, "There's no
definition
real
real.
record. There's no real record of you, but of course you're real. You're talking to me." The internet will tell you. And it's like
You
I've
haven't.
got a Facebook page and everything.
You haven't made it
real.
unless you got a Facebook page and you can Google it.
Yeah. So we like to bang ourselves here. So the question today, now again, this could be good or bad. I laughed on the first sentence and everyone's like, "No, we got to listen to it on the air." And I'm like, "All right, here we go. So the question I asked was, have you heard of the Boys with the Heat, formerly known as the Boys in the Woods podcast? And its reply was, yes. I'm familiar with the Boys with the Heat podcast. It's hosted by Charles and that guy.
I'm glad that I've gone completely anonymous as far as the internet's concerned, Charles.
You've made it, bro.
That's
you
happening.
have made
Oh,
it.
that's happening. For 2 years, it's been Patrick and Charles or Charles and Patrick. That's
You
just how
have made it.
The funny thing is, you guys don't refer to me as that guy on the show. You say Patrick.
No.
Paul says, or Charles says Patrick, or Charles says, what?
Yeah.
I'm surprised my name's not.
That's what. So I thought that was fucking cool.
That's pretty legit.
That's why I got excited. That was the
For the
first
fact
sentence.
that your name is
that
coming
guy.
up as that guy.
That guy.
That's dope.
Do you like how it's spelled over here too?
With the 4
Yeah.
and the little yellow like invisible name tag.
According to the internet, it's all caps. That guy.
It's all caps.
All caps.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant.
AI is incredible sometimes.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
It figures it out, yeah.
Yeah, and that wasn't even the first sentence. There was actually a comma at the end of that. I didn't realize that. So it continues on with saying, and they focus on sports, particularly football and fantasy football. They
Yeah,
also feature interviews with sports professionals and lively discussions on various sports topics. The podcast is known for its entertaining banter and expert insights.
Who's the expert?
I just came in my pants a little bit.
I would
don't
say the
care.
three of you guys, all right, and then there's me
Say
who like
us.
tries to sprinkle in the arguments every now and then, and you guys either deflect or you disprove them.
So does that mean
I'm
we
color
are top
commentary? You
tier?
guys are, what do you want to call it? You guys
Are
the
you
talk-
Buck and we're Troy Aikman?
apparently? I
I'm
guess.
thinking about that. How this is coming off to me is this is what it looks like when greatness is
I'm more-
birthed through a vagina.
Paul, I like to think of myself more as a Jameis
Podcast
Winston.
greatness.
I'm more the Jameis Winston. of
I
the show.
can fuck
You
with you.
guys are more of the Tom Brady's
Start calling you
and the
White
Troy
Jamie.
Aikmans and the
We're
Joe.
gonna start calling
I,
you White
I
Jamie.
can do that.
I don't want to start calling you White Jamie because if the internet picks up on that, you'll lose that guy.
I'll lose that guy.
I
White
just
Jamie.
want to say
The
that
white
that
Jamie
kinda,
over here.
no matter what happens for the rest of the week, that little 15, 20 seconds right there, just, hey, fuck you. We're fucking experts over here,
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
And that was just a comma. It's almost done. But that was just a comma.
Oh, there's more?
There's more.
There's more.
Wait, there's more.
The podcast is known for its entertaining banter and expert insights, making it a hit among sports enthusiasts. Oh my God.
Okay, so this is what I need you to do, Charles.
Yeah.
I need you to read that all over again, but without interruptions so we can
All right.
clip it and put it on the air. I'm going to mute myself so there's no cause of mistakes from my microphone.
Yeah, here we go. Something we like to do here on the show is find out if we're real. And what I mean by that is, and if you haven't done this before, is we like to go to Google or Bing and we ask it who we are. Am I a real person? Here on the show, we generally like to utilize Bing. So the question that was asked was, have you heard of the Boys with the Heat, formerly known as the Boys in the Woods podcast? Its response: yes, I'm familiar with the Boys with the Heat podcast. It's hosted by Charles and that guy, and they focus on sports, particularly football and fantasy football. They also feature interviews with sports professionals and lively discussions on various sports topics. The podcast is known for its entertaining banter and what? That's right, expert insights, making it a hit among sports enthusiasts. If you're a fan of sports, it sounds like a great listen. Do you have a favorite episode or topic from the podcast?
I think
All of them.
like that's a sign that we're doing the right thing and we're talking about the right stuff.
Yeah, and it seems like we need to talk about aliens a little more. The internet is unaware that we've been talking about aliens.
Here we go. All right.
Today's the day.
Well, Paul, we brought this up off air.
And I'm sorry that I missed this off yesterday. I had
Well, it was wife's
No.
birthday yesterday.
No.
We didn't even have a
It
show.
It was wife's birthday yesterday.
Yeah. So Monday's Tuesday, Tuesday's Wednesday, and Wednesday is Monday.
Yeah.
Or Wednesday's Tuesday, and Tuesday's Monday.
my schedule's still open.
I don't know, Paul. I don't know if this happens to you, but I was telling Charles about it earlier. I have MSNBC at work. And
Okay.
I'm talking. These are work computers that are on a network. They're on NordVPN. All this stuff.
Right.
All these websites are blocked. I literally have MSNBC that pops up in the bottom right corner. It tells me the weather in Oshkosh, where we are. And it also brings up weird news stories. And it hovers over in the right corner when I try to like get rid of it. It is misinformation 101. There is aliens, Mars crafts, all kinds of weird, obscure BS. Excuse me. I don't understand how they're allowed to get away with this on MSNBC, but I don't know if you guys get the same kind of spam. It's spam. Let's be honest. It's clickbait, but still, this shit it didn't exist 10 years ago. And if it did, you had to dig deep.
Yeah.
So now they're basically just trying to push
Oh yeah, he's trying to get people
Well,
to click on stuff.
it's internet. See, it's funny, but
It
they
is.
know how to work the internet.
Oh yeah.
Of
Right?
course.
It's if we were to hire a stripper and have her half strip, that YouTube or TikTok video would get
Go
millions of
bananas.
views.
Well, you half strip, and then all of a sudden she flips up the tatas, and it's just me, Charles, Paul, and Mike's face. Ah, hello.
Right. And it would get millions of views, right? That's
Oh yeah.
like the videos we're going to be doing here shortly with the racing and yada yada. Okay, so now here's the significance about those views. They don't give a fuck who or what they are, just the fact that they are. Because if you can achieve those views, you can then utilize that traffic in a marketing sense to make money.
It was trending.
You don't make money telling the truth.
No, absolutely.
And it's weird that people don't understand that you lose money not telling the truth, but you don't make money telling the truth. So, like, you find a happy medium where you lose less money than you make. And that's what a lot of these people are doing. It's like Al Gore and his whole "we're going to be underwater in 2020" shit. And like, I get into arguments all the time with that fucking meteorologist. Who is it? That Good Morning America, I think she plays on.
I know what you're talking about.
Ginger Snaps or Ginger Z.
I get my news from that guy from Nova Scotia that goes, Green Bay, Wisconsin, West Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're going to get lots of snow, 12 inches of snow, plus you watch out for the blizzards in the party.
We know why he has a job.
Yeah. It was fine. I get in arguments all the time. I even told her at one point in time, listen, you're on TV. I'm not going to tell you.
Wasn't there a whole week? Wasn't there a whole week this past summer that you and I were talking about golf, and you were like, "Hey, I'm going to get out on the links," and you're like, "It wasn't a goddamn day that it wasn't crappy outside," and you're like, "It wasn't supposed to rain at all this week," and you were just pissed, and you're like,
"Oh hell yeah,
F that weather guy."
Well, here's my biggest problem. My biggest problem with places like NOAA, let's say, which is stupid. That's what we're going to call them.
Okay.
Stupid. All right. Here's the kicker. It's hotter than it's ever been in 100 years. We've been here for billions. And you ain't been around but 12 fucking seconds. And you're trying to tell me that the weather today, fuck you, man.
This asshole's been doing the weather for 8 fucking years, straight out of college or whatever, and he doesn't realize that a computer tells him what the weather's supposed to be like, but he knows what the weather's been 100 years ago.
The entire job is done by a fucking app.
It is.
And I trust some of those apps more because I know the models they use. I don't know the fucking models you use, you sons of bitches.
Do you know why in Europe they went topless for the weather? To get people's attention, because people weren't using.
I remember the topless.
They were listening to the radio to get their weather. They only went topless to get people to watch the fucking news and to watch the weather. That is absolutely the only fucking reason.
I don't.
The first time I seen topless news, I was deployed. I was coming off my shift. I got out of the shower. I went to my room to go to bed, get ready for bed. And my roommate has the AFN network on, and he switches it to something else. Yeah. And I was like, "Hey, bro, what you watching over there? Naked news?" I'm like, "Huh? I'm on my way."
But did you not tune into it? See,
yeah,
I don't know what the hell they were talking about. One, because they were in a different language. But
you used to be able to get it on American cable late at night. Just so you know,
they had the tuner.
Yeah,
get the fuzz away.
Yeah,
that was Skinamax back in the day when you were a teenager too. That was
So, anyways, my rant about all of that to finish that off is just like these fucking people have been here for 12 minutes and they're trying to tell you what it was like 35 minutes ago. They weren't even here. They can't tell you what it was like 35 minutes ago if they only got here 12 fucking minutes ago. So you can believe them if you want to. That's cool. But we're not the first. We're not going to be the fucking last. You're still going to go to work, Margaret.
It's got to be triggering old people more than anything.
Oh, my God. I got into an argument the other day about somebody with straws. Motherfucker, you
What
can
do you
choose
mean
paper
straws?
straws. You can choose, motherfucker. You can just they're
Buy your
probably going to
own.
be on the same damn shelf.
Here's the
right?
thing.
Like,
Buy
you know
your
what?
own and tell them you don't need a straw. Bring your own straw.
If I owned a convenience store, plastic straws would be on the middle and bottom, and your paper straws and metal straws would be on the top fucking shelf. You're gonna work for that shit, and it's freedom.
They're
Because
gonna be coming around looking for the tallest person in the fucking store to get their
I gotta
straw.
get you to get these straws from up here.
I just went off on everyone the other day about fucking carts, right?
Yeah.
If you don't bring your cart to the cart,
Brought that up and it triggered you and you were like, you know what? I think people are dumb to do that.
dude, I'd say, motherfucker, somebody gets fucking paid for doing that. They literally their whole fucking job.
All right.
Listen, I went into a rant with somebody about these shopping carts. Because one, especially when I park in the handicap spot, the fucking gate for the carts is way the fuck over there. And I'm leaving it on the stripes.
Yeah.
Ever walk past it and just give it a really good shove and hope it goes in?
And then, so I had this dude, he had to be maybe like 18, 19 years old. He goes, hey, old man, you don't want to put that cart back? No, I don't.
No. Why don't you put it back for me, motherfucker?
You should have been like,
If you
hey,
want it back
asshole, did
over
you
there
call me
so
old
bad.
man?
Yeah. Are you walking into the store? See, there's a big difference, right? To put a little extra clarification on that. If I'm getting out of my car and I'm walking into the store, I don't care if it's a dude younger than me, if it's an old motherfucker, if it's anything. I'm not asking. I'm going, hey, give me that cart. And then everyone looks at me and I'm like, yeah, I'll bring it into the store. I'm literally walking in. All right. What am I going to do? Steal your fucking cart? It's not even yours.
You're not using it anymore.
This ain't Aldi's where you got to put a fucking quarter in to get your damn cart and get it back.
Oh, there's a good
Here's your quarters.
quarters.
Jesus.
You go there with a roll of quarters and take every freaking cart they got and you put it like over by Petco or PetSmart. Make them go get the fucking carts.
100% of the time, I've never taken my quarter out of.
I'm just saying, Charles, that would be worth $10 worth of quarters. Just taking them and moving every cart over.
I'm legally the renter of this cart. I can do whatever the I want.
I can leave it over
there
here.
are no rules.
Yeah.
If my quarter's in this cart, there are no fucking rules. I don't got to sign a damn thing when it comes to that cart. You think
did
you're
you sign a waiver when you walked in? I didn't.
Hell no. I'm going to go up and.
Have y'all ever shopped at Ross before?
Ross?
Dress for less or what?
Ross Dress for Less.
Yeah.
You know how they have that little that pole to keep you from taking the cart outside, or is that just down here in Texas because we like to steal shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's
got a lot of cart stealers. Out here.
So there's
We don't have a lot of
there's a
homeless,
pole
cart
attached to the cart.
We don't have as many homeless people though. I bet in good weather, good temperature spots, a cart is a fucking masterpiece to a homeless.
Oh, I bet you they can figure a way to get that off.
Sorry,
No. This is how they did it. We were checking out, and this guy literally tilted his cart back, ran out. The security guard tried to chase him, and the register, the person that's at the register supervisor, she goes, "Sir, it's just a cart. He paid for his shit. Don't chase after a cart."
Yeah.
Not only that, if you can get it out the door and he's mastered that level of skill, fucking let him have the cart. Like,
I'm more concerned about the high-speed mall cop. What the fuck is a high-speed mall? Listen.
High-speed mall cop.
Top flight security.
If you're working a job that is literally just anything security, you are not high speed. You're there for extra money if you are high speed, so good for you, right? But like that job is not a high speed job. Okay, that's just thank you for your service.
That's why they give you a walkie-talkie and a baton.
But the only thing that I've ever gotten from them people is a fast ride to Marquette. And that's just because I got behind a Grata truck that was going fast as shit. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to hella cruise behind this, not even realizing that I was tailing a fucking armored vehicle.
Yeah, they're cool though.
Yeah, they go fast.
Yeah.
And they go faster when you're tailing them.
Speaking of money trucks, all right, we wanted to talk about the dye museums. Paul, you haven't been introduced to these.
I have not been.
All right, I got a short little video to introduce you on what they were.
I'm scared but excited at the same time.
You ready for it?
As I'll ever be.
Because I'm sure you had a really hard time finding videos of actual dye museums.
Still don't know what the hell it was.
It's not technically a video. It just goes over.
Yeah, no, I know.
All right.
No, I was just
Dime museums were 19th century attractions featuring oddities, freak shows, and rare objects like fossils and mummies. They included live performances, menageries, and early motion pictures. Inspired by European cabinets of wonder,
Want me to fuck your
they
mother?
gained popularity with Barnum's American Museum in
The Russian, yeah.
1841.
Is that
That's
the
a real
first
person.
Chewbacca?
That's a real person.
Yeah, that was Lobster Boy right there.
Huber's Museum, the last major one, closed in 1906. Their influence remains in modern culture, seen in talk shows.
So Charles can probably explain this a lot better. These were literally family entertainment. This was like, hey, you couldn't afford to take your kids to the actual theater, not movie theater. You took your kids to a dime museum because there was just weird shit there and your kids would be entertained. And it was really exploiting people with deformities. Like you said, the taxidermy.
Almost like a circus.
A circus with freaks.
Yeah.
Basically.
And even some of the dime museums traveled. Yes.
Yeah,
So they were, in fact, early, like some of the earliest versions of your traveling
J.T. Barnum or whatever. Yeah, he brought a lot of them from California to the East Coast to New York to New Jersey. Worst part
it would
about
be very lucrative because you didn't have social media like today, right?
Oh,
so
God.
like when a museum like that would come from California and bring its California-ish oddities, which now mind you hear California oddities today, you're like, oh man, I bet that was fucking weird. No, California was normal.
Yeah.
35 minutes ago.
Yeah.
How would you know? How would you know?
You weren't fucking there. You just got here 12 fucking minutes ago.
The one thing I couldn't bring on the show and have you guys was, Charles, there was a 3-minute audio clip. We would get busted because it was off YouTube. But anyway, it was like a town crier, somebody that came to town with this traveling museum. And he would talk outside of the tent and tell people to come in and see the strange, see Lobster Boy and see Mermaid Lady. And he would say that, and people would come and they'd flock in.
Yeah.
And there was freaking hundreds and hundreds of people coming in and out. These people were making bank. 10 cents back then was probably like the equivalent of about $5 maybe.
Yeah, $5 or $10 today.
Yeah.
So we have to also remember, though, that this is around the time where it was completely reasonable to be told by your doctor that you had ghosts in your blood to go home, drink whiskey, and take this meth, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, in so many words, yeah.
So you could make a lot of money with today's thought process being back then. Yeah, if you were a progressive thinker yesterday,
you don't remember.
It's much easier to be a progressive thinker yesterday than it is.
I don't.
Okay. So Paul, there was they used to call, what did they call these people? They were basically like the gypsies. They were selling snake spit, all this stuff. They were selling all these tinkers and all these little potions and stuff that would cure you.
Elixirs and all that.
Yeah. This is the 1800s all the way up until the early 1900s. They were doing this, and people were falling for this shit. People were very gullible back then. When cigarettes first came around too, they also told them they were good for you. They also said alcohol wasn't bad for you. They were using alcohol, giving it to like newborn babies to cure toothaches and all this shit. It wasn't, people go, oh no, they just rubbed it on.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was morphine. It was morphine.
It was morphine, yes.
Morphine. Sorry.
So basically just drugging the shit out of you.
Check myself. So I'm like, wait a minute.
Coca-Cola had cocaine in it, for fuck's sake.
They didn't have meth back then.
They had.
No, they did not have meth back then.
They didn't have methamphetamine, but they definitely had.
Drugs.
Yeah, methamphetamine itself was synthesized later in 1919 by a Japanese chemist.
Wasn't the biggest one they had was like opium was like one of the first ones, like the opium dens.
Yeah. See, listen, I see I wasn't wrong though. No. Meth was initially used to treat conditions like asthma. Oh, you're having an asthma attack?
I'm glad I didn't get that shit.
Did you
schizophrenia, depression, and narcolepsy? This bitch falls asleep too much. Give him some meth.
Shoot him up real quick.
Hey, they wonder why this guy's.
That was 1919. That was 1919.
That was barely. That wasn't even.
That's so like 1919 to. Okay, when did they stop using it to treat those?
Wasn't there a pill that was it the Russian military or the German military gave the soldiers this pill, and it basically turned them into like soldiers?
Yeah. Oh, it was widely meth was used in World War II.
Wasn't it an amphetamine? It was some kind of amphetamine or whatever. Yeah. It would jack them all up, and they.
It wasn't until the 1970s when the United States outlawed meth. So we were like,
wait, roll that back.
What year?
1970s.
They outlawed methamphetamines.
So it was used.
It took them 60 years.
It was used in medicine and shit. That's insane, dude.
That's
like
crazy.
It took them
sometimes
60
you're like,
years to
oh,
realize,
man,
this is not
oh,
working.
man. You used to put mummies in a museum and look at them. You guys are
You
weird.
know what this
You
reminds me
guys
of?
used meth in war. What are you talking about?
It's like Pineapple Express when he's down in the basement. And he's freaking smoking the weed and he's legal.
That is 1970.
Oh, by the
You're
way, it's
telling me-
still prescribed in very limited cases today, such as for treating ADHD and
That's
wait,
and
ketamine,
obesity. Bro, can you imagine going to
Yeah.
your doctor? Oh, look at me.
Well,
I look like powder again.
But I think that's ketamine, and they use that for the PTSD too.
I'm just saying, can you imagine going to the doctor's office and
First of all,
I
all of
can't
this
lose
scared the shit
weight.
out of me. 'Cause
And they give
number
you
one,
meth, yeah.
I have asthma. So if these motherfuckers back then would have, and
I
then on
did
top of that,
too.
I got ADHD. So
How
you're
the
telling
fuck would
me
you
all
not
that-
hyperventilate with asthma and they give you meth? That shit's gonna make your heart go through the fucking roof.
I must have worked. Listen,
Charles, it definitely did something.
I'm just saying they wouldn't have done it once and a bunch of people died, and
there was
then like
definitely
they
some-
kept
But
doing
it's
it.
the fact
Definitely
that you
trials.
did this for almost 60 years.
I'm just guessing like the side
Educating people.
effects. Yeah, the side effects stacked up against the card.
Like, that's just. This is America we talking about.
I'm guessing meth probably cures a lot of dumb shit.
Hey.
It just has a lot of wild side effects.
You don't say.
Hey, we all know we grew up in dumb America, so we know
Trust
that
me, I
they
know.
definitely tested this on like the special
just-
people in the mental homes. These were the people they used as their
I'm
guinea
just
pigs.
still.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I
that was
can't
the-
get past the
America's
60
dark
years. America just be like, hey, oh, you got this? Let me give you a little dust of meth real quick.
And I do have
And there might be other countries,
Yeah, oh yeah.
but I'm focused here. Say,
Yeah,
hey,
no.
you got a rash? Let me put some dust on there real quick.
Instead of rubbing dirt in your rooms, it was freaking rub meth
Like,
in
what
there.
the- Oh, you got an STD? Let me inject you with something real quick.
But here's the kicker.
Your dick don't
Here's the
work?
kicker. I'm
Hold
not
on.
afraid to. I'm not afraid to say this out loud. Okay, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
America has a past.
Dark.
It's not a dark past. There are moments that are fucking terrible, but not as terrible as Hitler and like Mussolini and shit. Yeah, still pretty fucking bad. But that's not what I'm getting at.
Correct.
My point is, we are only where we are today because of the stupidity and simplicity of those fucking retards yesterday. Oh, I said that word again. I shouldn't have said that word again.
No, Manny listened to the podcast the other day and
We can mute it.
she goes, Charles said that. And I was like, yeah, but we got that word back. We can have it again.
Yeah.
I think
no.
I think the context has to be
That
to a certain point.
Yeah, it's too dangerous.
It's
Yeah.
But I'm
crazy.
calling them people. Yeah, but I'm calling out. Yeah,
It's
you know,
crazy
nobody
us
should have
talking
sympathy.
about what happened. Not even that long. This was less than
Wait.
less than a century ago.
Yeah,
Just
yes.
before
So,
Charles and I were born, like you're talking like in the
you
70s, there was some pretty
Yeah,
like,
acid.
we were
Yeah.
using meth. If like you're like, oh my god, I see fucking a lot of people, and I have
This is
fucking
less than
5
half.
personalities. All
Almost
right, well
50
here's some
years
meth.
ago, they decided to be like,
Yeah,
let's
so
cut it out.
we're a progressive country, and but like we just figured out not to use meth for people who are dying from asthma. So it's going to take us a minute to go. Now we're doing much better than other countries. Trust me, much. What's that? Was it
Jesus.
tot? Much better.
I just can't believe that I can't believe asthma was one of the symptoms that they thought that they could
Can you
cure
imagine a
with
schizo on
fucking meth.
I would have been dead.
I don't
I
understand.
would have been dead.
Well,
All right.
Don't know. I don't want to find out.
I
don't
just said
have
maybe it
asthma.
helps you breathe better in
Charles,
those
do you have
moments.
asthma?
I'm gonna stick to the
I have
inhaler.
asthma.
Okay, you both have asthma. I don't have asthma. But
Yeah.
I do know that people tell me that when they have an
So
asthma.
should we both do meth and see if there's
No.
a
No, what I'm thinking is
I'm gonna go with the hard
I
pass.
want both of your
Hard
opinions. I
pass.
want both of your opinions based off of the fact that we all smoked weed when we were kids. We all
Yeah.
smoked weed. We know what marijuana does. I
Yeah.
can tell you one thing right now. Not one thing smoking meth thinking it'd fix my fucking asthma was ever going to cure it. I don't know.
Ugh.
You guys actually have it. I would think that it would make me panic.
Seeing that I have anxiety, PTSD, asthma, and a
I don't-
heart problem,
I don't have that.
I don't think you're a good fit.
Yeah,
for
no, I
this.
don't have that.
I don't think meth would be my first option
I
to,
do
to
have
help
a-
me with anything.
Irregular heartbeat, though.
I do have an irregular heartbeat.
Yeah, I have one of those.
That's
And
very
I also got a
common, though.
pacemaker and a defibrillator.
Oh, I got to remember those things. I am a prankster.
I'm like, it ain't gone off yet, and my child has tried. Apparently, clearly she sucks at it though. but yeah,
I can get that shit to stop. Oh yeah,
but I think weed definitely is on the other side of the spectrum, I guess we could say, when it comes to
This is like
narcotics.
You got this this green Tylenol, ibuprofen, weed, and then you got like all these other
me up
things.
with some crazy pills that I've started taking.
Crazy pills.
Yeah,
I just can't. The Charles has this fucking level over here of meth, cocaine, heroin, all these things that have been in drugs over the last 100 years, and they just decided, let's just do away with the meth. And then people just thought recreational use for it. Let's just start making it ourselves.
that's what I'm saying. Everyone's like,
Fucking crazy.
fucking blah blah blah, meth, blah blah blah. And it's, listen, motherfuckers, this shit was in your medicine until the 70s.
Yeah, these people, the people cooking it aren't out there trying to cure fucking.
Like that is fucking mind blowing.
These people are just out here trying to cure asthma and shit, man.
Yeah, with the narcotics.
Fucking A, man.
It's that they're just trying to cure everybody. That's all it is.
Fucking A, man.
Oh my god,
it'll be good.
that explains a whole lot of the 70s.
Yeah.
The 50s and 60s.
60s don't seem so fuck crazy anymore now, do they?
It makes sense now.
Yeah, you were walking around. You had asthma. You had meth.
On purpose.
These are where they got the idea.
Like on purpose, they were giving you meth.
On purpose. Like it wasn't even a question. 1962, it was the answer. It wasn't even a concern.
Jesus Christ.
So that means it didn't really become a concern until 66, 67, because it wasn't until the 70s, which means it wasn't 1, 2, or 3, or 7, 8, 9, which means it was probably 4, 5, or 6.
Yeah.
Well, you just got addicted to it without knowing that you're taking medication, and you're like,
this is just guessing. Yeah, straight guessing, right?
Father.
Just ruined so many people's lives. Like it's just.
But I'm like, the 50s and the 60s seem normal now because it's like,
oh, okay, no, it was
you didn't know.
It was legit 1970. So they started looking into it like they started looking into it in like 61, 62. Yeah.
But it started like way before.
So 1919 by some Japanese chemist.
It had a good 50-year run.
It had a good 50-year run. Yeah, it had a good 50-year run.
Not to Schedule 1 narcotics.
What do you think that law commercial was like? Were you issued any of these drugs if you suffer from any of these ailments?
Please.
Such and such law offices.
I'm going to tell you something.
You might
right
be
now.
compensated.
The guy that was in the 70s that probably saw that commercial, if he was addicted to that, he was probably licking his fucking television because he was addicted to it. He wasn't in his right mind.
Yeah.
I got to ask my mom now.
But hey, yeah, but here's the kicker. Listen, test scores and shit were fine.
I'm like,
when people stopped using that shit, now we're retarded. And I said that word again.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We can start a little conspiracy theory. A lot of people like literally just say it's because of what we put in our food and all the plastics and all this shit that's just causing cancer and causing all these.
You've got more plastic in your brain than anybody did yesterday. Yeah. Guess what? I'm older today than I was yesterday. That's generally how that works.
You can suck it.
It's generally how that works.
Jackass.
What am I going to do? Not drink water out of the plastic bottle you gave me it in?
They tell you to use the plastic bottle, but then if you use the aluminum bottle or the formed stainless steel bottle, apparently there's some kind of coating on that bullshit too that's got chemicals in it. So you're not safe no matter what you do.
You want me to use less plastic? How about make these fucking people stop putting the shit in plastic?
I'm gonna say this.
That's a good one.
I could make it a whole 15 months eating MREs, I think I'm gonna be okay.
Okay. I will buy all.
Chili Man.
I'll buy all of us a.
You gotta buy random ones though.
Okay. Yes.
Probably
interesting.
Okay.
We gotta hold on. We gotta make sure it's the right ones.
Yes.
They got new ones today.
You need to give me the information, and I will.
I will find it. I will find it, and I will send you the link.
And I'm talking about. I want the one where you just
get them right off shopmyexchange.com.
Yeah. That or Amazon or whatever. You can find them anywhere.
Shop My Exchange is the one that I think I found too.
Okay. We did those with Maya. And when I tell you she was grossed out,
Oh, I wouldn't be. I love that shit.
My
it's
favorite was the meatloaf and onion gravy.
I like the chili mac. That was my favorite.
I think I tried the chili mac is the only one that I think I tried and I was like, I could actually eat this.
Now the real test or the contest should be if we all get a bag of candy, whose is the least expired?
No, expired. I want to do a candy episode too, where I buy candy from all around the world and we try it.
There's this thing. I don't know if you've seen it on TikTok, but they have a snack box that it's got 30 different snacks for $30.
Interesting.
From international, like
we all should do a different one then. Eh?
I'm with it.
I'm not buying nothing off TikTok.
No, not TikTok.
Communist.
No, I'm saying no.
That's
why it's
this is like a website. Yeah.
But they have.
I'm just kidding.
What is
The
it?
wife
I can't remember
signed me
what
up.
it's
I woke up
Trust
from a nap and the wife signed me up for TikTok.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she did.
God bless.
And now I
that
get
woman.
it. She goes, but I took you right off of it, and I've been getting emails every day now.
Yeah.
Hey, come check out this video on TikTok. I'm like,
Hey,
you just deleted the app off my
The
phone.
only reason we're on there is it's all show clips. So
Hell yeah.
Oh, I don't give up.
no, I'm just saying that
Yeah.
we don't. There's nothing on.
And I get to
ours,
watch
it's
people
just-
make fun. Like just
My honest opinion about this TikTok thing, if you're worried about TikTok getting in the homes, it sounds like the same people who with a driver's license are worried the government knows what their face looks
I'm
like.
gonna tell you how silly it sounds.
They run
My
your Social
mother-in-law,
security number.
my father-in-law's new wife, right?
Yeah.
This woman is old and just she's a wonderful human, but I love her to death. But when she told me this, I was like, do you realize how slow you sound?
Yeah.
She says this woman still calls the companies to pay her bills over the phone because she doesn't want to put it on the computer on her phone digitally because she doesn't want them to take their information. And I'm like, Miss Janetta, when you call, what do they ask for? Your credit card information. What do you think they're putting it on? She goes, oh, I didn't think of that. Clearly. If they wanted your information, I promise you. You have an iPhone 15. They would have took your stuff if they wanted it.
There's a whistleblower that came out. He worked for the FBI. I listened to him on Rogan. He literally said there's only one cell phone in the entire world. It's a Nokia. He didn't say what kind of phone it was. It's untraceable, unhackable, and the reason it is because it's not connected to the effing internet. Simple question, simple answer.
Turns out
Landline?
Turns out that's the only.
just with having an internet router in your house,
Yeah,
You're screwed.
everything
the,
is.
the
Everything
government can know exactly where you're standing.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're honestly going to try to sit here and
So-
tell me that all these threats, whether you're doing it over the internet or whatever, you're doing it in your house.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're on the FBI's watch list
Yeah.
just because? No, they're hearing you.
It means you're doing shady shit too.
I've
Why are you
always-
doing shady shit?
That's the thing, right? I get it.
Talk
I
about
do.
weird shit, but
I get it. I understand. You're like, oh, privacy. I get it. I don't want somebody taking a video of me while I'm taking a shit. That's
yeah,
weird. If you
I'm good
wanted
on that. You
video,
guys don't need to see where I poop.
Or how I grab it.
or you wanted to see my average
diarrhea
of about
poop?
364 pounds of shit a year.
You never know what's a full ton for me.
But at the same time, too, I'd really rather like people not die at a marathon because of this random shit.
Yeah, I
right?
really could care less. I'm
I'm
not
not doing
anything.
anything that if you log into my camera and you're looking at me like
Hi.
that's weird. But
Cool,
you
good
ain't
for
looking.
you.
You ain't gonna find what you think you gonna find.
You're going to be highly disappointed. There's no entertainment on this side of the camera.
We put out
you
more
date-
content that you guys can watch in video form than we actually do in real life. There's probably cooler shit that we've done in our podcast than they would if you got to watch my fucking house the entire day.
The
You
only
are
thing
gonna
you're
be
gonna
very
do watching
bored.
me is laugh. Right?
You're going to be
Yeah.
bored watching me.
No, I live an Ed TV life.
Yeah.
I assume my entire life's
I
on
know what you're
TV. So
talking
even when I'm alone, I do things and turn around and look randomly at where I think a camera would be, and give it one of these. I just assume. I got to be the chillest fucking dude in outer space. I got to tell you right now. Like I don't even care. Every once in a while, something will happen, and then I feel like it would be the end of a story. So I just look at the sky for a minute because the camera's panning away. And it was a journey.
A long journey.
Coming from the same guy who wore basketball shorts into his 30s, right?
Hey man, we
How
told
do
you
you
we'd give
expect
you some
anything?
fairways for that shit, Charles.
But yeah,
What do you
whatever.
expect at this point?
Here's the kicker, too. What if at the end of my life I do get a recap? You're dead. Oh, recapping your whole life would take forever. You're dead.
You got all that time.
You got all that time.
You got a couple years on you.
I'm saying, so I want to be able to like,
I remember
yeah,
that.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
what a dumbass.
I was like, the hook comes back. Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Worst case scenario, I'll just float backwards, and it came into fruition anyways. So I don't know. Dude, my life is super interesting. I don't give a fuck. I belong in a hospital on the best of days. I don't care.
I'm pretty sure we all have a strong case to get admitted into a hospital.
Yeah.
One of these times, I'll tell you about the time they tried and almost got me.
Not tried.
They almost got me. Oh, hell yeah. No, they almost got me. Do you feel smarter after today's
I'm
episode?
like, I feel like I learned a lot that I did not know.
Yeah.
And I'm
the-
not
our-
disappointed.
Our off-season shows are filled with really good trivia night material.
I'm like, I'm definitely gonna go talk to the wife. I was like, hey, babe, were
you
you
know-
aware that from 1919 to 1970, the treatment for asthma, ADHD, depression, and several other
Schizophrenia?
common illnesses that are still prevalent to this day were treated with meth?
Can you imagine? I'm hearing the voices again.
Like,
Now they're talking
how
faster.
did you get away with this for 60 years?
But again, because it worked.
Yeah.
The
But the side effects-
FDA back then must have been non-existent.
Oh, there wasn't an FDA. It was just
Because there's no way this worked for 60 years and no side effects were seen. I was like, oh, he died. His asthma took him.
the thing.
What?
You didn't have social media. There was nothing for people to be like. You didn't even know that person died. Nobody knew how many people died unless somebody told you that so many people died. You could get away with a lot of shit.
All right,
How many people died from this test trial?
The FDA started in 1930, but
Get
its
the
roots go
fuck
back
up.
to 1906.
These
Well, you
fuckers
know.
knew.
Hey.
These fuckers knew.
Hey, no, they were just trying to figure shit out, man.
No.
Why
For
did they just
60
pay
years?
21 million for a Sesame Street show in Iraq? Why are people shocked?
I can't.
They fucking knew.
There was a better one. There was a better one. All right, there was a. Did you see the one where it was like training tigers or something to basically be drug dogs or guard dogs for some
Listen,
military
right
bases?
now.
Yeah,
Anybody can get by a dog.
nobody fucks
Nobody
with a
fucks with
tiger.
a lion, kid.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, if I go to your front porch and I ring the doorbell
You hear
and
a
then I
fucking
see
lion?
a glass just and I
Fucking
see a
dog.
face of a lion with all
Don't
that
lions
hair.
eat deer, though?
Yeah.
Listen, a lion, a tiger, I don't care.
I have any antlers on my head right now?
Yeah.
I'm turning around.
Fuck.
I'm not.
Here's the thing. People want to get upset about it, but it would work.
I'm not coming in.
Are you kidding me? Just like heads on a stake.
Yeah.
This is creepy. Not going here.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It works.
Yeah.
Not societally acceptable, but it works.
True.
Like Zoroastrianism, which is something we might talk about later on in the future. Really cool until you get to the third code of law. It goes
Listen, I'm
south.
still trying to get past this meth shit.
Paul, did you see that Komodo dragon that only died out 100 and some years ago? It was on this island off the coast of Australia. I showed it to Charles. It's a 12-foot tall fucking monitor lizard. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, dude. It was like a legit dragon, but it couldn't
Listen,
fly.
there's just
obviously.
some things
It's creepy.
as a human being
Right.
I'm not fucking with.
I ain't messing with them. I'm not a Komodo dragon alone. Did you see how fast they can swim too? They can swim as fast as a crocodile. That's ugh.
That makes sense. They have a really long tail. I could swim fast with a tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Not
fast
like a
as them.
monkey.
It's like
Not like a
Cheech and
monkey
Chong where that
tail.
dude smokes so much weed he starts becoming a lizard. Up in smoke.
Yeah. Everyone's blah 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 lizard people. We got warm blood.
Yeah.
They just got rougher skin.
A lizard doesn't fucking just magically decide it's gonna go from cold blood to warm blood. I'm sorry, there are some things. Yesterday I could have told you time travel wasn't real, and today I have to tell you it's a physics problem. So time travel is no longer theoretical. It is now just a physics problem.
I'm not ready to go back.
It's unsolved.
I don't want to go back. I'm more interested to see how wrong these fucking weather people are.
Oh, you don't have to travel for that.
Like they're
You
going
don't got to travel
5-year
for that.
increments until it starts to.
Yeah.
Just wake up tomorrow and you'll see, oh, these fuckers lied
Yeah.
again.
I swear to God, if the Atlantic Ocean isn't in my back fucking yard, I was really banking on oceanfront property
Paul.
in my 40s.
Paul Charles is
promise.
gonna be. He's gonna be in the little spaceship that says "fuck you, Noah." He's gonna be freaking.
Olivia, this was like 2 days ago. She goes, Dad, how is it cold today, but it was 85 degrees yesterday? I was like, the weatherman lies every day. She's like,
And he gets paid.
I hate them. I was like, join the club.
Yeah.
Join the club. There's a group
Oh,
of
yeah.
us. Just
Oh, we'll deep dive in today's episode on how some people say they don't know what they're talking about. No, you might know what you're talking about from 11 fucking minutes ago because you got here 12 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But you sure as shit don't know what happened 35 minutes ago if you only got here 12 minutes ago. That's simple math.
This isn't rocket science.
The fact they're bringing up the Farmer's Almanac too, where a guy was looking at a thermometer and eyeballing it and writing it down on a piece of paper.
The
Come on
farmers are never wrong. They know because of their fields.
Yeah, those thermometers from the freaking 1890s were never wrong.
Yeah. I don't think those people knew or know about insurance.
No.
I don't think they understand how that works.
Do you understand
People
the
also didn't wash
properties
their
of
vegetables
coverage?
either.
Do you know what coverage is? No? Let me explain it to you, jackass.
I'm still blown away at the whole farmlands being rented thing. That kind of blew my mind when we had them farmers. When we had them farmers on the episode and shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Paul, did you know about this?
Know about what?
China rents out American farmland and then ships everything from freaking hay fields. So apparently, even in Arizona, there's like hundreds and thousands of acres that the Saudis? The Saudis literally rent out all this property and they raise hay. They cut the hay. They send it back to Saudi Arabia for their cattle.
Two different stories, but yes, there are two different problems. But yes,
that's interesting.
But
yeah, there's a thing going on in Arizona right now. Something to do with water and well and blah 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 blah. But Saudi Arabia is utilizing Arizona's farmland to grow things for their camels like alfalfa and shit like that.
So why not do something closer than shipping it all the way across the other side of the world?
Because they've got fuck you money. Don't care,
money, bro.
They don't care.
They make $26 million every second.
Yeah,
bro. Like that's a lot of money.
Care. Yeah, they do not care.
Like every second.
Yeah.
And I'm probably doing it injustice by saying 26 million a second. There's probably somebody in Saudi Arabia right now angry with me. We make more money than that.
26 seconds. Bullshit.
I don't know why we just made him sound like a space Russian.
I don't know. I don't care.
That's what you get.
I don't think we have too many of them listen to the show.
I don't think we're reaching them that far yet.
We haven't reached them yet. It's going to take a few months to get.
Oh yeah, we can reach them real quick. Saudi Arabia sports washes. Prove me wrong. There we go. Get us there.
I like it. It's funny.
Okay.
But anyway, they're renting out. They're renting. Chinese are renting land. We're buying land in the United States.
That is interesting.
Buying up a bunch of farmland. Yes.
Yeah, lots of cornfields and shit. Nebraska, Iowa.
But one of the thing that in that episode that we were discussing was that a lot of the farmland is being repurposed now into wind farm.
Yeah.
And it's being allowed to be repurposed because a majority of this farmland is actually owned by random conglomerates that are just renting it to the farmers. So when they decide, hey, I can make more money putting in wind turbines than you making fucking potatoes,
and you forgot about
you can't make potatoes anymore.
And you also forgot about the fact that they're harnessing that energy and they're selling it back to the freaking consumer at like double or triple the cost.
Oh yeah. That's just like up in the UP.
Yeah,
you've got hundreds of wind turbines, maybe even almost 1,000 at this point, down in the garden area.
Yeah, they will they'll rent the land out. They'll give the people how much money it is per silo or whatever they call them. They put them in there, and then they just.
From my understanding, it's not worth the noise you get.
No, I think it's like 20. It's 20 grand for one of those things, but they piss the money away after taxes and
that's wild.
All this
right,
shit.
But like in the UP, the only thing from those wind turbines that stay in the UP is what goes to the residents that the wind turbines are like.
Yeah, that's
where
why they have
reside.
to. That's why
The
they gotta
rest
have
of it
so many
goes
of
to
them.
Detroit. Yeah,
Yeah.
the rest of it goes to Wayne County.
Yeah,
Like
it goes
all of
back.
those wind farms produce electricity for Wayne County.
Yeah, it goes back into the grid.
So it doesn't even benefit the people out there. But that's some of the things you run into. It's pretty crazy. But you don't want me to get into that. We'll be here for another 3.5 hours.
Wow, Charles. Yeah, I'm. They get even less.
Yeah, it was 20 grand.
$4,000 to $8,000 per year.
Yep.
So that's crazy.
Yeah.
What a ripoff.
So you know why it's 4 to 8?
Let me guess. It's got to be some kind of mathematical fixed rate.
4 for
interest
1,
rate.
8 for 2. It depends on how big your property is.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not very crazy.
Yes, per the size of the turbine depends the payment amount, the revenue.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's simple. That's simple dots right there. All righty. You guys got anything else you want to add?
No, we nailed it.
This was fantastic.
This is our fun. This is our fun time. Off seasons are fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And we try not to say stupid things too much, but I hit us 3 times this episode.
It's all right. Hey, but guess what? At the end of the day, we're a hit show.
That's right. Charles
Sports
said that
enthusiasts
twice.
everywhere love us.
We're a hit show.
How cool is that? That's from the internet.
Listen,
bro.
nobody can take this away from us.
No.
That's on the internet. That means it's real.
Forever. Yeah, Bing never lied to us yet.
Well,
One time.
It has many times. I've corrected Bing on the spot many times, and then it comes back with an apology.
but this time it did it. This time it did it.
This is 100% legit.
This is facts.
I don't give a fuck.
It's true.
It's reality now.
Reality TV, baby.
It's on the internet. It's on.
That was good too, man. Listen, sometimes it's like,
That was a good description.
yeah. What led me to it was that when I was looking up dime museums, it hit me with the dime museums had an eclectic collection, and I went,
Ooh,
"Motherfucker,
eclectic.
That's us.
that's
stealing
us."
our words,
And I
man.
went, and
We're
now
a
we have
hit
even
show.
more gold. We're a hit
Expert
show.
analysis and a hit show. 2 things in the same sentence that I never thought I'd hear anytime soon.
This is what we do. This is what we do.
And we're gold. That's what it is.
This is what we do. Just like this little golden snitch.
Got it.
Good show, man. Good show.
It's spinning the other way on the computer.
Because it's
Yeah.
inverted.
We're in a matrix. So for all of us out there, just simply trying to figure out, am I alone? Is there anybody out there? Can anybody hear me? If you bring those questions to any ancient astronaut theorist, they will tell you that you are not alone. In fact, we have never been alone.
Vice mal fly. What I hear deep in the eye. She lost back in the child. Cause the mind, all rest of the blind. Yeah, go now, bad in your life. In school, I see the bag. My beast did bring your eye. Had a boy with a light skin in the style.